It is Monday, June 29th, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. We are through another slam-packed weekend, and man, there was some good racing this weekend. Outlaws, Lucas Oil Late Models, All-Stars, PA Speed Week, so much going on. So let's get you up to speed on what went down. Friday night, the World of Outlaws sprint cars continued the Jackson Nationals at Jackson Motorplex. Thursday's program was halted due to rain, and the remaining action was pushed to Friday, so we effectively had a World of Outlaws doubleheader Friday night. In the first feature of the night, Austin McCarl started from the pole with Brad Sweet to his outside. McCarl looked to set to lead the early going after he got the jump on Sweet at the start, but a first lap caution resulted in a complete restart. On the ensuing start, Sweet cleared McCarl and was able to lead the first lap. He quickly put a gap on McCarl in clean air and then continued to extend his lead in lap traffic. The remainder of the race went green and Sweet dominated to grab his 5th win of the season. Austin McCarl finished second, Matt Jewell was third, Logan Schuchart fourth, and Sheldon Haudenschild was 5th. Following victory lane and a little track work, action moved right into Friday night's full program. In the night's second feature event, it was Jason Side starting on the pole using a good dash draw to catapult himself to a dash win and the top starting spot. Logan Schuchart started to his outside. On the start, though, it was Darren Pittman who powered to the early lead from his 3rd starting spot. Pittman led the first 9 laps, but he bobbled on the cushion working lap traffic, and Schuchart was able to sneak to his inside to take the lead. On a restart with 15 laps remaining, Brad Sweet and Pittman started mixing it up for second, and that allowed Schuchart to pull away out front. Over the remaining laps, Schuchart continued to put a gap on the field, winning by more than 4 seconds over Pittman, Sweet, Parker Price Miller, and Donnie Schatz in 5th. It was Schuchart's 3rd win of the season so far. The top 4 starters for Saturday's feature were locked in from the first 2 nights. Those drivers were Darren Pittman, Logan Schuchart, Brad Sweet, and David Gravel. Everyone else was put into 4 qualifiers to earn their way into the night's main event. At the drop of the green flag for the 35-lap Jackson Nationals, it was second starting Logan Schuchart who jumped to the early advantage. Sheldon Haudenschild drove up from his 6th starting position to take the lead from Schuchart on lap 10. With a caution and restart in between, the 2 drivers swapped the lead over the next 3 laps, with Schuchart again in control by lap 13. Things did get interesting late, though, as the lead developed into a 3-car battle inside 10 to go. Schuchart was working lap traffic, and that allowed both Sweet and Haudenschild to close on him. Sweet threw a big slider coming to 6 to go and was credited with leading the lap, but Schuchart was able to get right back by him, leading the next lap at the line. Schuchart was then able to put a lap car between him and Sweet, and he drove away to the $30,000 Jackson Nationals win. Sweet was 2nd, Pittman 3rd, Haudenschild 4th, and David Gravel was 5th. If you want to see ever highlights of any of these races, you can always find World of Outlaws highlights at youtube.com/World of Outlaws. And then also, if you have a Fast Pass over at Dirt Vision, they're putting the full night's programs up really quickly right after the feature, like a lot of other streaming services do as well. So if you are a Fast Pass holder, you can go back pretty quickly and watch the full night's programs as well. So if you ever want to see these races that I talk about on the show. Sweet continues to be on a tear this season, with his worst finish in the last 6 races being 5th at Haubstadt. His average finish over the last 5 races is 2.6. Schuchart looks to have recovered from his recent stumbles as well. He had 2 wins this weekend and the 4th place run. Donnie Schatz not really a factor this weekend through 3 nights. He finished 18th in the first feature, what would have been Thursday's feature on Friday night. He did recover to a 5th and an 8th in the second Friday feature and on Saturday, but still never really challenged for the lead, never was really much up front, didn't really hear his name a whole lot. So weird stretch right now for Schatz. Ended up going 4 straight races without a top 10 finish. Certainly not something you expect out of a 10-time World of Outlaws champion. We'll see if he can get it tuned back up and turn back around this weekend. Following the 3 nights at Jackson, no changes to the point standing. Sweet still leads shots by 66 points, with Schuchart 72 points back. The reason there was no movement, if you remember back to last week, the format drama from Thursday, series officials decided to make the whole weekend only show up points. The World of Outlaws are back this weekend for 3 nights at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Racing gets underway on Thursday. Moving over to the World of Outlaws Late Model Series, the Firecracker 100 weekend continued Friday night at Lernerville. Max Blair won last Thursday night after late contact with Brandon Shepard. On Friday, though, Shepard wasn't going to be denied. He went quick time in his qualifying group, won his heat race, and started on the pole for the feature. Once the green flag dropped, the Rocket Chassis house car was never challenged for the lead. Brandon Shepard led all 25 laps en route to the $6,000 win on night 2 of the Firecracker. Local favorite Mike Norris finished 2nd, Scott Bloomquist 3rd, Cade Dillard 4th, and Broom Briggs was 5th. It was Shepard's 5th 5th win of the season. Saturday, the weekend finale for the Firecracker 50-lap feature paying $30,000 to win. Heat races were won by Max Blair, Darrell Lanigan, Cade Dillard, and Mike Norris, and in the redraw, it was Cade Dillard who drew the pole for the night's feature. At the start, he jumped to the early lead with Mike Norris and Darrell Lanigan behind. Dillard was strong out front as the race approached halfway. After a restart, Lanigan challenged Dillard for a few laps on the low side, but Dillard was able to fend him off. Over the remaining half of the race, Dillard survived multiple restarts and was able to drive away to take down the $30,000 win, certainly the biggest win of his career. It was his second win of the season and second of his career. Max Blair finished second, Darrell Lanigan third, Dennis Erb Jr. fourth, and Mike Norris was back in fifth. Brandon Sheppard, even after dominating Friday night, will have to wait another year to add the Firecracker to his incredible resume. It's been a heck of a stretch lately for Cade Dillard, too. If people thought maybe that this kind of came out of nowhere, it certainly did not. He's finished fourth or better in 5 of the last 6 races. His finishes at Lernerville were second, fourth, and a win, and obviously his other win this season was back at Votto in January. So certainly a driver on the rise here in Cade Dillard. We'll see if he can continue this run of amazing races. Looking at the points, Sheppard continues to add to his lead over Ricky Weiss. The gap is now 146. Darrell Lanigan is third, Chris Madden fourth, and Cade Dillard is fifth. Weiss had been on a tear this season, but has struggled here lately. His last 5 finishes are 10th, 13th, 21st, 20th, and 8th, with Brandon Sheppard having 2 wins over that same span. Not surprising that the lead here continues to grow for the number 1. Weiss certainly needs to turn it around and quickly if he's going to challenge Sheppard and keep Sheppard from running away with this championship this year. Next up for the World of Outlaws late models is 3 days, again at the Cedar Lake Speedway starting Thursday. All 3 races, all 3 nights feature both World of Outlaws sprint cars and World of Outlaws late models this weekend at Cedar Lake, with Saturday's program being live on CBS Sports Network, so check those out. Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series had 2 races this weekend, Friday night at 411 Motor Speedway in Tennessee and Saturday at the Talladega Short Track right across the street from the Talladega Superspeedway there in Alabama. No driver not named Jimmy Owens led a single lap all weekend long. Owens dominated 411 on Friday, leading all 50 laps en route to the win over Corey Hedgecock, Jonathan Davenport, Shane Clanton, and Shannon Buckingham. And then the same was true Saturday at Talladega. Owens led green and checker to win his 5th race of the season and 4th in a row with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Josh Richards was 2nd, Kyle Hardy 3rd, Michael Page 4th, and Billy Moyer Jr. was 5th. With the recent domination from the Newport Nightmare, Owens' lead in the standings has ballooned to 400 points. Incredible stuff right now over Jonathan Davenport. Tim McCready is 3rd, Tyler Erb 4th, and Josh Richards is 5th. Since the season restarted back at Golden Isles in May, Jimmy Owens hasn't finished worse than 4th. Incredible stuff right now from Jimmy Owens. Certainly on a tear. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is back this weekend, Friday and Saturday. You can find more information about those events at lucasdirt.com. The USAC National Sprint Cars took on Plymouth Speedway on Friday night, and it was Justin Grant who took the win over Tanner Thorson, CJ Leary, Chase Stockin, and Dave Darland. It was Grant's 3rd win in 4 races with the series. Darland led the first 2 circuits, and then it was all Justin Grant for the remainder of the 30-lap feature. Grant continues to lead the series standings over Chris Windham and Brady Bacon. Also, the All-Stars were supposed to run 2 shows this weekend at Volunteer Speedway in Tennessee, but lost Saturday night to rain. Friday's race was won by series points leader Aaron Reitzel. He tracked down Corey Eliason with 7 laps remaining to win his 6th race of 2020. Reitzel's points lead is now 52 over Eliason, with a big mix-up coming in the top 10 in point standings for the All-Stars. Both Danny Dietrich and Brock Zierfoss announced in recent days that they are falling off the tour this season. You've seen both Zierfoss and Dietrich stay in Pennsylvania this week to run PA Speedway. Both drivers were legitimate contenders nightly with the All-Stars, so we'll see how this plays out. Certainly makes another championship run much easier for Reitzel going forward with 2 guys that can win on a nightly basis out of competition. Hopefully Corey Eliason can step up and make a battle out of this for Reitzel. Pennsylvania Speed Week is ongoing right now. Action is at Lincoln Speedway tonight. Lance DeWeese won the opener Friday night at Williams Grove over Kyle Larson, and Danny Dietrich won both Saturday at Lincoln and Sunday at Sealands Grove. He leads the current Speed Week points. Kyle Larson has 2 second-place runs and a 3rd. We'll talk more about PA Speed Week more on the show tomorrow. We'll recap tonight's action from Lincoln and then talk about what went on over the weekend and get you up to speed on what to look for the remainder of the week for PA Speed Week. And then also we'll talk about some of the other races this weekend. If you want to see a full list of open wheel winners, you can visit tjslideways.com. If you want to see a full list of late model winners, you can see that at dirtondirt.com. I want to take a look quickly at the DIRTRACKR pay-per-view schedule for today. A bunch of shows, even though it's Monday, still a lot of stuff going on. Like I mentioned, PA Speed Week at Lincoln is live tonight. You can watch that both on Speed Shift and Flow Racing. Flow Racing also has USAC 24/7 coverage, and the Clay County Fair Speedway Midwest Tour or Midwest Madness Tour for IMCA action. Both of those events on Flow Racing and Speed Shift as well. And then Speed Sport has action from Sheridan Speedway. The Mountain States Modified Tour has a bunch of WISSOTA and IMCA action tonight as well. If you want to see the full pay-per-view schedule for tonight, you can visit DIRTRACKR.com/watch tonight. You can find all of that there and throughout the remainder of the week. That's the show for today. Hope everybody has a good Monday. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe, leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com, and you can follow along at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler, and you can sign up for the Dirt Tracker weekly newsletter on the site. That's the show for today. Hope everybody has a good Monday. We will see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.